Hello, it's your friendly neighborhood host, JT Wheatley, back for another episode of the History of Comics podcast, this time with another edition of the classics, in which we talk about American Splendor by Harvey Pekar. American Splendor was an autobiographical comic book series by Harvey Pekar in which he used various artists, mostly the great Robert Crumb of the underground comics fame, and basically telling his life story of working at the VA in Cleveland, Ohio, his various marriages, eventually marrying his final wife Joyce, adopting their daughter, and so forth. Always going through all the ups and downs of this life in general, from going through cancer, having his work adapted into a play, appearing on David Letterman. It's a really insightful and very fun work, and it really shows what the comics can really do. It's funny, it's humorous, like there's fun sequences where he fixes a toilet and he proclaims, "I am now a man," and so forth like that. But it's just a very relatable character, and Harvey Pekar openly admits he's not the ideal lead of a comic book. He's overweight, got a balding hairline and so forth, but he's just so relatable and fun to read and so forth, and has insights. And yes, his politics veer to the left for someone who doesn't care, but hey, he's still a great read regardless, and really, once again, really does show what comic books can do. And this led to arguably one of the best comic book adaptations ever in American Splendor, the film from 2003, in which Paul Giamatti played Harvey Pekar, Hope Davis played his wife Joyce, and so forth. And it's easily one of the best films and one of the more innovative films ever, because not only do you have Paul Giamatti and Hope Davis who are playing the characters, but Harvey Pekar appears, Joyce, his wife, appears, also Tobias, their good friend who's played by Judah Friedlander, he also appears in the movie themselves, and you see the actors and the actual characters interact with each other and so forth in almost a seamless way. Even though Giamatti doesn't quite look like Harvey Pekar, he nails him perfectly and so forth for all the other actors. And it's just a great watch in general. So yes, any version of American Splendor is ultimately 39 issues from 1976 to 2008. And sadly, the Harvey Pekar died in 2010 from cancer. But if you pick up any of the trades, they're just great reads in general. I know it was our cancer year when Harvey Pekar first battled cancer and so forth. And of course, pick up the movie. Just a true classic film, one of the best comic book adaptations ever made. And this is a great read in general because it shows what more comic books can do. They're more than just superheroes and fantasy stories. They're just like they can be just about a real life guy living in Cleveland, Ohio, working at the VA. And it's some of the best comic books you ever read. So yes, you get a chance, check out both American Splendor, the comic book, and the movie. They are both true classics. And now is July 16th, 2020. Time for the favorite comic book of the week. Strange Adventures, number 2 by Tom King and Mitch Gerards, which finds Mr. Terrific investigating the allegations against Adam Strange while flashbacking to Adam Strange's original otherworldly adventures where he met his wife and daughter and how what happened to their daughter and so forth. And this is just another great read that looks like it's going to imitate the success of the Mr. Miracle by King and Gerards, as well as King does a great job bouncing between the more fun adventures of the Otherworld by Adam Strange to the more nourished tale of Mr. Terrific. As he starts investigating these allegations, he comes to a surprising revelation about Adam Strange that you don't really see coming, but it does make for an interesting twist at the end. And of course, it's matched perfectly with Gerard's art, which is just beautiful. Like when he does the adventures, it's more bright and fun and clean cut. But when he does the more investigation, it takes almost like a Norris crime scene style, which is just really great. And it's just great read from beginning to end. And like I said before, Mr. Miracle before, Strange Adventures looked to be like easily one of the best comic books on the stands right now, and really shows that Tom King, his Batman run up and down, but his work like stuff like this is why he's one of the best writers in comics right now. And also, I'd like to draw an additional review. I got around to finally picking up the Blu-ray, the Superman Doomsday, which is the first DC animated the DVD they started back in 2007, which has now become almost a regular occurrence every year and more than a few times since then. And it's pretty good watch for the most part. They really condenses the original Death of Superman storyline. But, the first half is great and so forth, and with him battling Doomsday. And also they do take a more mature line with the storytelling because it's very more or less hinted at that Superman and Lois Lane are in a full-on sexual relationship at this point. And because she's in the Fortress of Solitude, nothing but a towel, obviously drying her hair. It's like, there's something going on there. So it's more PG-13, which was also the point of the animated movies because they were allowed to do more stuff they couldn't do on the TV shows, which were meant for Saturday mornings. So And now they can do a little more edgier stuff, but it kind of falls apart in the second half, especially what Lex Luthor does, which is very interesting and cool, but not quite as good. But overall, pretty good vocal cast. Not the worst beginning to animated series, but not the best either. But they did, of course, think a lot better and so forth like that. A highlight being the two-part Dark Knight Returns adaptation, which was brilliant. But the Blu-ray itself, if you do get it, is a great pickup because there's some great documentaries about the original Death of Superman comic book story, which is fantastic, the making of the film, and so forth. It also has 4 classic Superman the Animated Series episodes on there as well. So, yeah, by and all, I think the Blu-ray I picked up for like $10. So yeah, for $10, definitely worth picking up. And yeah, movie itself not that great, but the Blu-ray, that's the thing. That great thing about Blu-rays, you go on the special features on there, it makes the movie, it makes it worth getting on its own. So yeah, check out the Superman Doomsday Blu-ray if you get a chance. And of course, you have a chance to support your local comic book stores. Go out and enjoy a good comic book. And if you can, pick up anything from American Splendor, both the comic book and the movie. Those are true classics.